First of all, you have to know the coordinates of A. So if you want to know the coordinates of A, what you need to do is you have to solve the simultaneous equation. So from these two, I got x squared equal to k. This is your y1, this is your y2. So that means my x is equal to square root of k. And because point A is on the right side of the y-axis, so it should be greater than 0. So I don't put negative in this case. Okay, so I got the value of x already. So I know that there is a rectangle. This is a rectangle. The height is, the width is root k, and the height is k squared. Agree? So the area for this one will be equal to k, no, not k squared, sorry. It's k. It's k, because the y coordinate for point A is, okay, so from here I get the y coordinate for point A is root k and k. The y is a k. So the area will be k times root k. Okay, so I have to know the area of the shaded region, that is 2.4. I have to minus off this part. Okay, I have to minus off this part. So what I do is the black color shaded region is equal to integrate from 0 to root k x squared dx. Okay, so I got this as 2.4 is equal to k root k, take away, integrate from 0 to root k x squared dx. So from here onward, I can use my GC. As long as I write down this one, I can use my GC. Can use your GC. Go to the solver, numerical solver. Your E1, you type in as x root x. Take away, integrate 0 to root x, x squared dx. And your E2, you write as 2.4. Then you get the answer. Okay, if you don't want to do it this way, okay, there is also, so you can just put into the calculator and get the answer, because the question needs the exact value of k. Okay, so that one I will leave it to you to go and solve it. Everyone should know how to solve it. Or if I don't want to do it this way, I also can use just straight away integrate from 0 to root k. I can put in my calculator. I do it this way so that if the question asks for exact value, then everyone can know what to do. Okay, so this one will be y1, the one on top here, that is root k. Take away x squared dx, and this is equal to 2.4. This area bounded by two curves. So this one also you key into the calculator. That is, this is your E1 and this is your E2. Got it? So I also got another way of doing it. Okay, who can tell me how to do it? I can also do like that. I can integrate from 0 to k x dy. That is equal to 2.4. Okay, so from here, your x is equal to square root of y. You also can do it like that. All will give you the same answer. So there are three different approaches of doing this thing. And I can tell you this is the easiest approach.
Teacher,
Yes?
the second way of solving it is supposed to be k minus x squared, right?
Yes, k minus x squared. Thank you. Yes, k minus x squared. You get what I mean? So I'm going to show you how to get the exact value. I'm going to use this method. I think this method will be easier. Okay, so I will show you how to get the exact value using the third method. Got it? Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it using the third method. So it's you do like that. Integrate 0 to k x dy is equal to 2.4. Okay, so we know that our y is equal to x squared. So our x will be equal to square root of y. So you integrate from 0 to k square root of y dy is equal to 2.4. So y to the power of 3 over 2 power plus 1 divided by the power 0 to k equal to 2.4. So you see this will be much easier. So 2 over 3 y to the power of 3 over 2. Sorry, I do step by step. 0 to k equal to 2.4. So from here, 2 over 3 k to the power of 3 over 2 is equal to minus 0. I didn't put 2.4. So my k to the power of 3 over 2 will be equal to 2.4 times 3 divided by 2. So I will get 3.6. Yeah. So your k will be equal to 3.6 to the power of 2 over 3. Yep. So that will be the exact value. Are you okay? So you see this way is so much easier compared to using the other one. So sometimes if area bounded by the curve and it involves the x-axis, y-axis, correct, you can do that. Hello? Are you okay? Okay, the person who asked this question. Okay, then I'm going to settle another question. Can I move?
Yes, Miss. Thank you, Miss.
Okay. So I'm going to move to the other one. That is your friend asked, page 139. Okay, can you please go to page 139, question 2. Okay. Okay, question 2. If you look at question 2, they give us a velocity time graph. And whatever given, all are straight lines, right? So the graph go like that. So the crucial point is here. That is 0.1, 60. Another point is here, 0.2, also 60. And here is 0.3. Here is 0.4. And here, this is negative 20. Okay. And here is 0.5. Okay. And here is 0.6. And the end of the journey is after 7 hours. 0.7 hours. Okay. Okay, they say, what is the significance? Okay, they say, what is the significance of the graph for part A? You should know that if, that means, let me answer the whole question. For number one, for t between 0 and 0.3, the object is moving to the right because the velocity is greater than 0. Okay, I give the reason because V is, because the graph is above the t-axis, so Vt is greater than 0. Okay, then for part 2, the significant part of it is the object is for t between 0.4 to 0.7, the object is moving to the left. Okay, what happened from 0.3 hour to 0.4 hour? The object stopped moving. Okay, so if you want to find the total distance traveled, I told you already, you have to find the total area bounded by the velocity curve. So for part B, if I want to find the total distance traveled, what I need to do is, I need to find the area of the shaded region. And this is a trapezium. So to find the area of the trapezium, we use half sum of the parallel side. So I prefer, usually I prefer to write it like that. I prefer to write it divide by 2. Okay, sum of the parallel side, in this case, this is the parallel side. Yeah, so it is 0.1, this is 0.1, and this is 0.3, plus 0.3 times by the height. The height is this one. The distance between the two parallel sides, that is 60. Plus the other one, it doesn't matter. So the parallel side is here. So this is 0.3 and this is also 0.1. So it's 0.3 plus 0.1. The height is 20. Even if it's below, we don't put negative 20 because you are talking about area. So you will get the answer. Okay? Are you okay? So 0.4 times 60 divided by 2 plus 0.4 times 20 divided by 2. So this one you get the answer 0.212 plus 4. Okay? 12 plus 4. So you got 16 kilometer. Okay, for part C, because you are talking about displacement, that means when you talk about displacement, you have to be very careful. I told you already. Displacement will be equal to 12 plus negative 4. That is 8. Let me have displaced 8 kilometers from the starting point. I don't know where is the starting point. That's why I didn't say origin. Clear? Okay? Okay, now let's go to this question. Okay, exercise 5B, page. Okay, so when you talk about area bounded by two curves, you don't care where is the position of the area. As long as you take the top, the equation for this one is y equal to 3x plus 6. And the equation for this one is y equal to x cubed minus 4x. So if I am the student who answer this question, I will write this as my y1. I will write this as my y2, your choice. Okay, so I want to find write the shaded area as the sum of two definite integral. So look, for the first area in red, I have to integrate. Okay, so you have to find the coordinate of the intersection point. Have you? So this one definitely is. Okay. So what you need to do is, before you can solve this problem, you have to solve the simultaneous equation first. So x cubed minus 4x is equal to 3x plus 6. So my x cubed minus 7x plus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, can someone use your scientific calculator and get the answer for me? Okay. -6, sorry. Yes, thank you. -6. Yes, yes, I know. Thank you. Okay. Can someone get use your scientific calculator and get the x for me? Hello? No one give me the answer? -2, -1, and 3. Am I right? Okay. So you have to break it into two parts. You don't care where is the area, whether it's above or below the x-axis. So what you need to take notes of is, you're supposed to see which curve is above. So for the red region, y1 is above. So you will take from -2 to -1, you take y1 minus y2 dx. So you see, during the exam, it's very comfortable in the sense that if you denote which is your y1, which is your y2, so you don't have to write a lot. You save a lot of time on writing. Plus, the black region, okay, you look, which curve is above? y2 is above, so you put y2 minus y1 dx, and it is from -1 to 3. Done. So you just need to key this into the calculator and you get the answer. So always bear in mind, area bounded by two curves, we don't care where is the location of the curve, above or below the x-axis, that is not the issue. You just take the top curve minus the bottom curve and write down the limit. Okay? If I answer your question, so all this can be done with the calculator. Okay, I'm going to move to part D. Can I? Okay. For part D, 5D, this is the last part. The only concept that you need to remember for this part D is if I integrate from A to B, f prime x dx. So I will take this as total amount of fx between total amount of fx generated, total amount of fx produced, depend on what is your fx, between x equal to A and x equal to B. So this is the concept that you have to remember. The key is here. Total amount. Another one is, if I integrate f prime x dx, I will get back the function plus c. So this is the two concepts that you have to bear in mind. So it can be any kind of scenario. Okay, if you look at exercise 5D, okay, exercise 5D, if you look at the example or you look at number 1, you look at example 10. So every one of us have to understand what do you mean by marginal cost. Okay, the word marginal here, I'm not an econ student, okay? So can I have my econ student to help me? What do you mean by marginal? What do you mean by marginal cost? What do you mean by question 2, marginal profit? How do you interpret? Econ student? Don't tell me I don't have econ student or accounting student here. Alicia, are you econ student? Hmm? If you look at the question, example 10, or you look at question 1, the marginal cost per day of producing X gadget is. Do you see how they write? C prime. So how do you interpret the word marginal cost mathematically? So I will interpret mathematically as this is the rate of change of cost. Am I right? So marginal profit will be rate of change of profit. So I can apply this. Okay, student, are you okay? So you through the example, you see, you integrate, you got the marginal cost. Then you got the plus C. There is a information for you to find the C. Then you get the cost. Okay, now I want you to spend some time to do question 2. Because question 1 is like example 10. Can you please spend some time to do question 2 before I go to another question? So first of all, P prime X is equal to 15 minus 0.03 X. Okay, so I want to get the profit function. So I have to be very careful. If no plate are made, then a loss of 650 each week occur. So I will write down when X equal to 0, P0 is equal to running make, then a loss. So it's negative 650. Running a loss means your profit is negative. Okay, so that is the first information you have to jot down before you start to integrate. So the profit function will be the integral of this. Okay, so this will be equal to 15x minus 0.03 x power plus 1 divided by the power plus c. So now I use the information negative 650 is equal to 15x. That is my x is 0 here. Take away 0.015 times 0 squared plus c. Every time, please substitute. Don't assume that. Okay, so your c is negative 650. So therefore, the profit function is equal to 15x minus 0.015 x squared minus 650. Okay, dollar per week. Dollar. Okay, this is dollar. The rate is dollar per week. Okay, now. Oh, yeah. Okay, so for part B, what is the maximum profit when loss is, and when does it occur? Okay, now, in this case, we know that maximum profit happen when the rate of change of profit is equal to 0. So this is straight away right now, 15 minus 0.03x equal to 0. So my x will be equal to 15 divided by 0.03. So you get the answer. Are you clear? Okay, 15 divided by 0.03, you get 500. And if you observe this is a quadratic function. Am I right? This is a quadratic. Okay, and the value of A is less than 0. So the curve will look like this. Okay. Are you okay? So what I can do is, if I want to solve part C, I can use my scientific calculator and get what is the x-intercept first. What is the x-intercept first? Okay, so can someone give me the value of the x-intercept? Hurry up. You should be able to give me. Hello? Can someone give me the answer? $45.39. That is the one end. How about the other value? And the other one is 954.606. Okay, so that is how if I don't want to use graphic calculator, I just use scientific calculator. And by the knowledge of how the graph go, look, so you go like that. So this is 0. So this point is 45.39. And this point is 954.60. So now the issue is, I want Px to be greater than 0. And x must be a whole number. Why x must be a whole number? Because x is the number of plate. So now, you tell me what should the production level be in order to run at a profit, enable a profit to be made. For the lower, should I round? How should I round? I should round up. So I should write down here 46. And for the upper, I have to round down. 954. Clear? You cannot round accordingly in this case. So that's why I need to sketch the graph and let you have a look at it. Any question?
Yes, when we are sketching the graph, you get a straight line graph.
It's impossible you get a straight line graph. It's a quadratic. What do you do to your window? If your maximum happen at 500 and your x-intercept is 950, what should you put your x maximum be before you do a zoom fit?
Oh yeah. Right,
Yeah.
good.
So be very careful. So that's why I say when you sketch the graph, all of us have to give a thought of what should the number be. You don't just straight away press the graph without, you don't straight away press the zoom fit. That's why the step of plotting the graph, we have to be very careful. Let me roughly. So this is the rate of traffic flow. So first thing I have in mind will be, I don't know, okay, I just sketch the graph. So this is the rate of traffic flow. So if I put N as number of traffic. So what does this area bounded by the curve represent? So if I integrate from 0 to 10, okay, RT dt, How do I interpret this? How do I interpret this? I will say this is the total number of traffic flow pass a pedestrian crossing from 8 a.m. to 8:10 a.m. That is how I interpret. Do you get me? That is how I interpret. So I tell people, you get me or not? So that is the interpretation of the area bounded by the curve for this case. So you should be able to do part C and part D already. How many cars passes? Okay, number of traffic, or you say number of cars. Okay, so I would say this is the total number of cars. The question say cars, so we follow cars. Flow past the pedestrian crossing from 8 a.m. to 8:10 a.m. So the time is very important. You don't just literally take the time from here. From 0 to 10 minutes, we don't take that. So you have to learn how to interpret. Are you clear? So that will help you to explain what this region represents for part C. So can or not? So can you please try to do question 6 and the rest of the question? Okay, so any further question? We will discuss. So from tomorrow onward, every lesson will be a consultation lesson. Are you clear? We are going to prepare for our SAT 3, which will happen when? Hello? When is our SAT 3? Class?
10th of May.
10th of May. Is it far away? Say far, not far. Say near, not near. Okay, so another 2 weeks. Yep. Okay, so all this is your hard work already. So this SAT definitely will not be as tough as SAT 2. Okay, so work hard. Thank you, class.
Thank you, Miss.
Thanks.